Check. Can you hear me? Is the audio working now? Hopefully it is. Hopefully I get somebody in the chat letting me know if the audio is coming in okay. Is it coming in clear? Hopefully that's working. I'm also going to try to listen here on my phone. Sweet. Thank you, Jake Hill. Appreciate it. I can see the chat popping up now. So what I was saying before is I'm just testing this out. I don't know if this is going to... Obviously, I had some trouble with the audio. Now we're moving a little bit here, but this is mostly like a test stream just to see how things go. I hope to set up a schedule that I can start to do more live streams. So just testing something out here. I will be talking VeVe Hero. Anything that you want to talk about, anything that you've seen with VeVe Hero. Just going off of Hero right now. Let's see here. Just double checking. Yeah. Just talking about Hero right now. I still have my 10 DC Pride packs. I don't know what I'm going to do with them just yet. I just am loading up Hero to see what the packs are at. I was hoping that when they sold out, they would start to go up in price. That really hasn't happened. I was really hoping to see them go up to at least 60, maybe as high as 70, so that I could make a little bit of profit. I would open up the packs or some of the packs and see if I wanted to complete the set, depending if I pulled a legendary or not. But to be honest, I'm not a big fan of this set. And the reason why I'm not a fan of this set, as I kind of scroll here to open it up, is that there's so many of the same characters in the same set. There are some really cool cards. Like let's see if I can pull this up here to test this or not. And let me know what you think of the DC Pride set and what your thoughts are. I know some people... I really like the Batman Universe set. And I did like the Superhuman Strength set, but I know a lot of people felt like the quality went down there. I really feel like just having so many of the same characters in this DC Pride set, and I'm sure you're kind of limited when you're getting into this Pride sort of niche topic. Perhaps you're very limited with the amount of characters or whatnot, but like there's 3 or 4 Harley Quinns and like 3 Harley Quinns and Poison Ivy, and then the extra card that you can get is also another Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy if you complete the set or if you get on the leaderboard. There's a couple of Pied Pipers. There's more than a couple Aqualads. Like I said, let's see if I can pull this up here. I'm going to start a new thing. Let's see. Let's do this. This. I got it. Bear with me here as I figure this out. And I'm hoping that I'm not showing off any information that I shouldn't. Alright. You should be able to see this. And if I start to scroll through it, you should also be able to see that. You should be able to see. Oh yeah, we're in business. And if I start to scroll through it, you should also be able to see. Sweet, we're in business here. All right, so with this set, there are some cool cards. Like I really like the Super Friends one. This Pied Piper is cool. But once you start getting into seeing Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, we start seeing a couple of John Constantines, a couple of Batwomans, another Pied Piper, another Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, another Harley Quinn, another Aqualad, though that one looks pretty cool. I like that. More Red Robins, more Robin, Batwoman, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. It just starts to get a little bit repetitive. Another John Constantine, another Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. And then the legendaries just look sweet. Another Aqualad though, another Red Robin. But this one looks really cool. I like this one. And when these were released, they actually were fairly inexpensive. They've gone up at least double from when you could have purchased them at when they were first dropped in the aftermarket here. But an A1 for 9,000. This is pretty cool. I like this card. This is a great card. If I got this one, it would be worth opening those 10 packs. And then if I did get a legendary, I would go for the set. It just makes sense, especially where these are going in the aftermarket right now. And sorry, I'm gonna pull up. Where can I see this? All right. So yeah, just where these are going right now in the aftermarket, I'm gonna pull that up. I know a lot of the commons are $1. Some of the uncommons are even that inexpensive. And yeah, I mean $1, all the way up to the uncommon here for $1.28. So this is where it's almost better to just go ahead and, at least at the beginning, when these legendaries were like $350 a piece, it would almost make sense just to buy all these on the aftermarket. And if I know the superhuman strength set, when I opened 7 of my packs, the best that I got, I think, was 1 superior. And I got, the rest were uncommons and commons. It wasn't until I opened those remaining 3 packs and even bought more in the aftermarket that I actually started to hit some gold. But my game plan, I guess, with my 10 packs, as you can see, I've got here my 10 packs. I think my game plan is just to wait. The snapshot is on July 5th, I believe. So that means I got till next weekend, and I'll probably do a live stream on Sunday again and just decide what I'm going to do in terms of, am I going to open the packs? Am I going to try to sell the packs? Because hopefully they've gone up in price. Like I said, if they go up to about 60, 70, I'm probably going to sell them all. Maybe I'll start with opening 1 or 2, see how those go, and then make my decision. But this I'm completely on the fence about right now. That's my game plan with those 10 packs. If you're in Hero, if you are thinking the same thing or thinking something else, let me know, because I'd love to know your thoughts, what you ended up doing, and whether that was a good decision or not for you. And it'll be interesting what happens with this next digital exclusive, especially right now with a lot of things being down, and just in the stock market in general, in NFTs, in crypto. It was an interesting time to get this DC Pride drop. I think it would have done really well if it was the second drop and that superhuman strength set, or even that first drop, but just the timing that it dropped, it definitely was a difficult time for it. And not to mention, I'm not a huge fan of the set and all the cards. If I did go to collect the whole set just to get on the leaderboard and just to get the full set, to get those 2 bonus cards, I would probably immediately sell them all after that. I haven't done that with the superhuman strength set. I said I was going to do that with the superhuman strength set. I said that I was going to open the remainder of my superhuman strength packs, and then I got that superhuman, or that Superman A2, and then I completed the rest of the set. And I said that as soon as I completed the set and I got the snapshot and I got the 2 bonus cards, I was going to sell them all. I'm still holding all of them. Not only because I think it's a bad time to be selling NFTs, to be selling off anything really, but also because it's so hard to sell something like a Superhuman A2. Or sorry, a Superman A2. Especially when there's only 150 of them and I've got the A2. That's an extremely difficult thing to pull. To list that even trying to figure out what to list it for. That's a tough call to make for me. So I'm still sitting on my superhuman strength set, even though I had previously mentioned that I was gonna liquidate them as soon as possible. But for the foreseeable future, I will be sitting on them. Now, Hero, it's interesting with Hero the direction that they're going if something doesn't sell out. So we know that they're going to burn packs if they're not purchased by a certain date, and if there's packs remaining. And we know that they'll lift that 10-pack limit eventually, especially if they don't sell out. And we also know that they're planning things for set holders and for those that have completed sets and have held on to sets. So that's another reason why it's difficult to pull that trigger, because I got these badges, and based on what they're selling for, I've done fairly well by holding on to the superhuman strength set. And I said that I was actually surprised they did this so soon. Like I expected this maybe a year down the road, but because they did this so soon, it's got me a little bit more excited on future things that they're going to do for set holders, for future drops, what they're going to do. I'm not a huge fan of the badges, but I am just excited for what they did for this. Like, let's see, I've got the A180 for this. That's probably somewhere around the $30 range in recent sales. 63 went for 4. Yeah, so probably around that $20 to $30 range, just for something for nothing. Like I didn't have to do anything for this except hold on to this. And did anyone get any of these badges? Whether it was for the Batman Universe set or the Superhuman Strength set. And for this one, I've got the 84. That puts me somewhere around, again, in that 35 range. Yeah, 35, about that. So I'm still, like, more than a pack up. I can buy a pack with those 2 cards. $50 gets me a pack of 3 cards. This one is, oh, I already did this one. This is the uncommon. This is the superior. I've got the 189. I didn't do so well with the superior. It's probably somewhere around, here we go, around that, once again, $30 range. So, like, already up, probably less than the way that this is looking, less than that, 35, less than that. So maybe like $15. So maybe 15 for, at least those 3 cards get me a pack of hero cards on the next drop. If I decide to sell right now, or if I hold on to them, who knows what might happen. 97, 74, around that range. Yeah, 97, maybe closer to that $50 range based on previous sales, even less. So these are definitely going down in price real quick, and that's just a sign of the market that we're in. But also, these are our first badge cards. But this is my golden one, and it's because I got that A2 Superman that I got in A10 with this, because the Bane, I really didn't care about the mint number. I just wanted to get the least expensive one that I could get. So my Bane wasn't incredible, and I don't think any of these have sold just yet. $539 for 50, and that was just less than a week ago. So A10 puts me pretty good with this. So this is my golden card. I'd much more prefer to sell one of those than to sell my A2 Superman. Like I said, it's very hard to get rid of something like that. I don't know what I would charge for it, what it would be worth even to somebody. But yeah, I don't know what to quite do with it just yet. But VeVe definitely went up over this small time period. And if you were holding something that went up, I would love to know if you liquidated. Did you sell? What did you do? What did you sell for? What did you sell? I had two, and I can't even get into the VeVe website, so I can't even pull that up right now. But I had two ultra rare T-Rexes, and I sold both of those. So I got in on them somewhere in the $100 range, and I sold them for 300 and something. So I got out of those because I think I think we're gonna go back, and things will start to drop off again. I don't think we'll be there long. I don't know how long things will drop off for, but I do think we'll see a dip close to or perhaps even below where we were before with some collectibles especially. But I'm happy with what I did with the... I'm just going to try to pull myself up here. Let's see. This one. There we go. I am happy with what I did with the T-Rexes. I sold a couple of those. I'm sitting pretty nicely. Oh, and the Stitch drop, the Lilo and Stitch drop, I did get a secret rare. So I did sell that one for 165. I tried to sell it as soon as possible. It wasn't like I've never seen Lilo and Stitch. I know about Lilo and Stitch. It just wasn't something that I'm interested in, so I was much more happy to get those gems. And I know that they did actually pretty good in the aftermarket. The common and the uncommon didn't dip too far below retail, which is really good. Yada Dog, seen you many times before in other people's streams. I really appreciate you being here, man. And yeah, so the common at about 20 gems, so not too far off retail. And the uncommon 27 gems, so once again not too far off retail. That secret rare, how did I do? So 145 right now, so I could get in lower than what I sold it for, which is nice to know. It's always a shot to the heart when you sell something too soon. But 165 with that 8.5% fee, what would that put me at? 165 times 0.915, 150. So I would get it for 5 gems cheaper. So I'm happy with having the gems. I wouldn't even go back into Stitch. I'm happy to have the gems that I've got. I'm now sitting on a little bit more gems. I've got just under 1,000 gems to play with right now, which I'm going to watch the market. Now here's my problem. My VeVe app on my phone does not work well. And I've tried to uninstall, I've tried to free up space in my phone, I've tried many different things, but I can't scroll too far down in the comics on the market, or even my comics to try to sell without it freezing. And I did get the web app, but I can't log in. It's not letting me. I get to the 2FA verification, and it won't let me confirm. It doesn't. It just clicks and it doesn't do anything. So I'm looking forward to get into the web app so I can actually do some flipping, so that I can actually sell things beyond being able to scroll a couple of times and things loading and then my app crashing completely. Because I've got a lot of comics I want to get rid of. I don't actually have many collectibles. I've been switching my focus from collectibles over to comics. But I picked up a Queen Elizabeth I, number 126, and that was on the floor, but it is lower than what I purchased it for. I purchased it for $225. It's at $179 right now. And that floor got a little bit deeper, thicker. So not a great purchase right now, but I do have the lowest one on the floor. I mean, I've got mine listed at $275. And there's no other 100s below that. So that was something that I picked up for hoping for a quick flip. It looks like I'll be holding on to that for a little bit. And then I want to start flipping some comics. I want to be starting to flip some secret rare comics, hopefully. But I'm going to wait to see how this market reacts this coming week. I also want to slowly, in the next, just seeing how this market reacts and where we go from here after this little pump that we had. start to dollar cost average into some things that I want to hold on for the long term. I did make some moves prior to this pump on comics, which I can't even tell you about because I can't even scroll through them without it crashing. Yadadog, you got the uncommon today. Nice. Thank you. That's my second secret rare since being on VeVe. The other one was not a good secret rare comic. I want to say it was one of those Captain America Fallen Sun series that I got the secret rare. And actually during that time I sold it and used other gems to purchase in the, and I'm hoping I can, the Gamora first appearance comic, secret rare. Because that has only 10,000, yeah, I see my phone crashed. Because that has only 10,000 editions. The secret rare, that means I think the secret rares have 250 editions then. And I got in just below 300, and I think it's sitting around 400. Nice. Yadadog been buying up comics lately too. Which ones have you been getting in on? Because it's definitely once I get the web app going and I can actually log in, that's something that I want to focus my time more on. Not that I'm not bullish on collectibles or anything like that, but I want to start to really focus on some comics and start to flip some comics in order to get my gems up a little bit. And just waiting for this to load so I can actually talk about it a little bit more. Because these Spider-Man comics I didn't do too well at. The best I got was an uncommon. And that's the Spider-Man number 1 through 5 that came out this week. I generally go for 2 or 3 comics on each drop. And I usually get a rare every other day, maybe. So every fifth or sixth one, I get a rare. I get the odd ultra rare. Actually, come to think of it, I think I've only gotten like a few ultra rares. But rares, uncommons, and commons, obvious. And then, and I typically at least break even or make a little bit more with those. Because at $7.99, you can't really go wrong. And I do have a lot of saved up issues that I have multiples of that I'll be waiting. And I'm more than happy to just sit on. I'm not going to take a loss on those. I'd much rather just load up more gems. And I'm at the point where I will be loading up more gems. Now that the web app's out, I'm trying to figure out how much. And I'm trying to figure out which collectibles and comics I want to go for to figure out how much. But because I'm thinking about loading up more gems, I'm sure a lot of people are in the same boat. And I'm sure that this is going to start to cause VeVe to really slowly but surely gain some momentum. Because of things that are finally coming out. Obviously, we've talked about it many times on this channel. Other people have talked about it. With the web app finally being rolled out, with MCP looking like that's going to be rolled out soon, with MTL being able to cash out, all of these things are going to start to really pile up, and people will really start to notice VeVe more and more because of it. Even though we are in a bear market, for the stock market, for the markets in general, for everything that's going on with the world, I really think that VeVe is still going to stand out to a lot of people, especially with the IP that they have, with things that we've been anticipating. I think this is a good time to really, really start to dollar cost average and really start to be a lot smarter with where you put your gems. At least that's me talking to myself, because it's difficult for me, I think, mentally, to really see what I've got on VeVe as money. And especially since it's just gems, you just see gems. it's really difficult for me to like associate that with money. So at times I'll purchase something just because I want to play with it, like the um, or just because like I want to experience it, and I won't consider where it's at in value, and I'll just want to be playing with it. And I did that with like the what do you call it, the Back to the Future car. Yeah, I took, and I still have that, but it's much lower. It's like 30% from where I purchased it, but I didn't think much of it. I just purchased it because I wanted to play with it. I wanted to see what that drivability was like, and it was the cheapest drivable car on the platform. So I think times like that for me are behind, because I really feel like things are going to start to really turn around for VeVe. So I need to be much smarter with where I'm going to start to put these gems, especially since cash outs here. Maybe that'll change in my mind a little bit about what I'm doing with those and what I'm thinking about doing with my collection. So things are going to get a little bit more serious for me on this channel, and that's why I want to get more into these live streams. That's why I want to get my VeVe web app up and working so I can actually talk about it. That would be nice. I mean, I still got my Ecomi account, which I haven't looked at in forever. Oh, and if you are in back Cowls, I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you're in back Cowls. I think we got something that you can do VR or AR with your bat cowl on your face for Snapchat. So if you're in bat cowls, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to it. I think I've stretched myself thin with how many platforms I'm in. And not that I'm in a lot of different things. Like I'm in VeVe and HRO primarily. That's any extra time that I have, it's those two. Bat Cowls and Recur. And Recur is like the last one that I even think about. But Bat Cowls, I'm trying to focus a little bit more time. Just very limited with time right now. Yadadog, a lot of the new Spider-Man, well, while they were cheap, yeah, I was lucky to get nice secret rare on the Spider-Man 3. Nice. Awesome. I wonder what they're doing right now in the market, to be honest. I haven't looked, but I know the Spider-Man 1 was doing fairly well. Let me log on to my Ecomi wiki. But I do want to, with those bat cows, I do want to, because you have to send in a request to be able to get it. So I want to get that going with my bat cowls. And I don't even have Snapchat, so I gotta figure that out too. Don't have time for all this. But I think it would be fun to play around with that. Let's see. I think it'd be fun to play around with the AR bat cowls. So I do want to start to, and let me put this up. All right, here we are. I haven't been on this in forever too. I haven't had any time. I don't even know. Here we go. This is my collectibles. If I go to collectibles, graphs. Yeah, this has changed since the last time I've been on. I just haven't had too much time to be able to do and really focus on the market, to be honest. It's been crazy, and that's why I haven't been releasing a lot of videos. But I do want to stick to at least one video a week and one live stream per week. So I think Sundays are going to be my live stream days, and then maybe Wednesdays will be my video release. Until things start to slow down for me, which probably won't be for another few months. But I do want to keep something going with this. And for you that are subscribed to me, thank you so much. I do really appreciate all the subscribes, all the views, all the likes, all the comments, and whether you disagree with me or not. Like, the reason why I started this channel was to really get some market sentiment and to put my thoughts out there so that I could get feedback. So if you disagree with me, I love it. If you agree with me, that's great. I honestly, I don't want to say I don't care, because I do care about people's opinions, but whether you disagree with me or agree with me, it makes no difference to me in terms of my feelings or my emotions or anything like that. I have got tons of hate, which I'm totally fine with. If you attack me personally, that's a totally different thing. But if you disagree with my opinion, I'm more than happy with that. One thing I was looking at was poo. And I was trying to think while I was talking there, because I would like to see what poo is currently sitting at. Let's see. What do I have to search? Here we go. So yeah. So this pumped quite a bit this past day. From 200 to about 294. This is why I think things will start to slow down a bit and get back to reals. I don't know why the here we go. No. I don't know why the previously sold's not popping up, but about 280. And earlier this week we were about 150. I was so close to getting into poo. And that kind of bugs me now that I didn't. And Woody was another one that I was thinking about getting in on. But I can't be too disappointed. I did get 2 Ultra Air T-Rexes and I did flip those. But I do want to get one of those back. And I do think that they'll come back down. Speaking of which, it'd be good to know what T-Rex is at. I do want to get a T-Rex back. I just think that they'll come back down in price. Yeah, 273. So they already have... Yeah, things are really going to start to turn around a bit. So I'm happy I got in and out of that one. In other ones, perhaps that Queen Elizabeth wasn't a good purchase. If you have anything that you want me to pull up here to see the chart, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been on this, so I'm a bit rusty. I don't know why my yellow line is not showing up. But yeah, that pumped quite a bit. I'm the top purchase, or it doesn't show me the yellow line, but definitely the 225 is where I bought it, and I didn't realize how much it pumped. But I did get a 126, so mint number 126. I feel like that was one that I was gonna hold for a while, anyways, unless I was able to make a quick flip. And the other one I want to actually get. See, I want to own things that I want, not that other people want or anything like that. Like Frida Kahlo. My wife's really into Frida Kahlo, and when we were in Mexico City, we got to visit her house and Diego Rivera's house, their house together. And that was really cool. And it's things like this that I want to own on VeVe. Things that I've got some sort of connection to. And that's why I stick to the things that I want to get in on. Like Jurassic Park was huge for me when I was a kid growing up. So I want to own a T-Rex. I even wanted to be an archaeologist because of that movie. And I went through a huge phase because of that. So like those things that I have attachment to, yes, I want them to go up in price. Like I want to purchase in on them so that I can maybe make something on them in the future. But ultimately I want to own the things that I want to own. And so like Marvel, Star Wars, like I've got all the lightsabers, I've got all the movie posters. I've got the common uncommon of Darth Vader. I do want to get the ultra rare yet. Marvel, I actually sold a lot of my Marvel, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing to get back into those, but that'll be coming. Like I said, I moved a lot of my collectibles to comics. So, Yada Dog, you love Hero. It's not officially in Ireland yet, though. Yeah, that's a bummer. I wish that they could really expand that out more. Superman before they pumped? Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see where Superman's at now. There's a lot of things that I think we're going to be looking at and being like, I wish I would have got in on this. But I think no matter where you are, unless you're a whale and you own everything, I think no matter where you are and what collectibles you own, when things really start to pump, and I say when, not if, because I do think that things are going to pump, I think that no matter what collectibles you own, you're always going to look at the collectibles that you don't own, and you're going to say, I wish I owned these. But I think it's best to focus on the ones that you do own and the ones that you were able to get before the pump, and to be just thankful that you got in on those, because I'm sure you're going to do really, really well in the long term on VeVe. Yeah, this thing pumped. Wow. Under 1,000. That was June 22nd. In a matter of 4 days, it went as high as 2,300 almost. But that's like the Darth Vader. It went up double. Actually, this one even more. But it's coming back down. And I do think that we're going to go back down to that 1,000 range, to be honest. And it is one of the best collectibles on the app. It looks incredible. So this is one that I have also got my eye on. And I'm trying to figure out and trying to prioritize the collectibles that I want to get in on. But there's just so many things that I'm also wanting to get. Like, I want to complete the Batman Universe set on Hero. I've actually got physical cards coming. I've got 3 of the mega packs and 4 of the 8-pack premiums. So I'll be opening those, hopefully. Maybe not next week, but the week after. Those are going to be shipped to me next week. So that's 24, 75, 72... 72 packs, 8, 16, 24, 30. That's 106 packs that I've got coming. Physical packs. 106 packs at 7 cards per pack. That's 700 and something cards that I've got coming. Not to mention I've already got 4-pack boxes that I've opened. I think I've shown these before on a stream. I don't have anything amazing to show. I've got legendaries. Legendaries, like got the Aquaman 4294, Superman 5696, and Lex Luthor 12377. And then, like, in terms of cards that are low mints, I've got the Joker common though 48, Bat Cycle 36. But I do want to also complete these cards, this set. And I'm trying to think, like, where am I going to put my money right now? I've kind of hit my limit, but in these next couple of weeks, I'll be able to load up more gems onto VeVe. I've got these cards coming. Maybe I'll purchase more packs. Or maybe I'll start to get really more involved in the market on Hero for these physical cards. So there's no limit of things for us to get in on. And that's my problem, is I'll definitely always look at the things that I didn't get in on and think, why didn't I get this before it pumped? Or why didn't I get this before it pumped? When I need to be thankful for the things that I've already got in on and the things that I have currently, and look forward to the future. Sven, you said would focus on one thing instead of different things. That might be a good idea. It's just, I would, like, when I was younger, I was a big card collector, and I wanted to get back into card collecting. So the fact that I'm combining NFTs and card collecting, I couldn't say no to Hero, especially since I'm a DC fan. So for me to pass up Hero, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't say no to that because it combined two things that I really love and allowed me to get in on the NFT space. And yeah, you're right. Your channel was started on VeVe. So Sven, that's a really good point, man. My channel, if you go back to my very first video, I didn't know the direction that I was going to take this channel. It was a complete experiment. Like, I've got other YouTube channels, and this one was a complete experiment. And I even said that it wasn't always going to stay my VeVe collection, the name of it, because I didn't have. So just to give you a bit of context, I come from like an SEO website kind of creation background in terms of like the side hustles that I got into and currently continue to get into. So I want everything, the name that I get, my VeVe collection, I want to be able to get the Instagram, the Twitter, the website URL. Like I want to be able to get it all. And my VeVe collection, I wasn't able to get the Instagram. It's too long of a name for Twitter to get all those characters in. But I couldn't put more time into thinking of a name, which is why I still haven't changed the name. I'm really limited on time, so I couldn't put it in time to think of a name to then, because it's a long process to be able to think of a name and then check that URL is available, check that I can get the Twitter handle, check that I can get the Instagram handle, TikTok, all of this stuff. So I really just put the name on a back burner and just focused on content. And you're right, I started to talk about VeVe, and it's in the name of the channel and everything like that. But even from the beginning, I talked openly about not knowing where this channel was going to go and what avenues I was going to get into. But VeVe is the number one. Like, first and foremost, I think VeVe is the number one in the game right now. I think VeVe is going to continue to be the number one. In terms of my interests, I would say Hero would be number two. I'm interested to see where Cowls goes. So, like, these are the main things that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, Sven, absolutely, you're right. The channel started on VeVe. Which cards? Yeah, Pokemon, which I think I lost my Pokemon binder, which is super bummer. I got them. They were at my parents' place, and I grabbed the binder and I brought them to my place last year, I think. And I think I left them on my car for some stupid reason, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm a forgetful person. So, yeah, Pokemon. I had Dragon Ball Z cards, like Harry Potter cards, Digimon cards, but a big hockey card collector. Hockey is my favorite sport. So, hockey cards were a main thing for me. Hockey memorabilia, like signed pucks, signed jerseys. I don't know if anybody else is a hockey fan, but lots of hockey memorabilia. If you are, like, Patrick Waugh, I've got a Patrick Waugh signed Montreal Maple Leafs jersey, Patrice Bergeron, Roberto Luongo, a couple others that I can't think of off the top of my head. And then just tons of signed pucks, but things like that I was really into. But in terms of cards, yeah, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Harry Potter, Digimon. I'm trying to think of others that I collected. That's all that comes. Oh, it's just some Star Wars cards. Big Star Wars fan. So VeVe obviously fits right up my alley. Yeah. Sven, if you're a card collector, let me know what you're collecting there too. Don't worry about name and other platforms. I'm not too happy with my VeVe collection as a name currently. MJP are my initials. I added that because I wasn't able to get the Instagram account that is my VeVe collection, so I didn't want anybody going from this channel to Instagram and looking up my VeVe collection and thinking that's me. That's why I add that MJP at the end of it. So my VeVe collection MJP, that's essentially where that came from. You lost your Pokemon too? Man, it's such a bummer. was huge into Pokemon back in grade 3, 4. And I lost some cards growing up by taking them to school, and eventually that got banned. You couldn't even bring them into school. And but I did have a good binder full that I was super proud of, and I'm really hoping I didn't leave them on the car that time. I'm hoping that I put them somewhere. I just don't know where, and I really got to find those. Went to buy them all 5 years ago. I have 18 base sets now. Wow. You know what? It might just hodl now, even when market go up and down. That's true, man. Dollar cost average, especially if it's something that you're passionate about, you just want to collect. Like, no doubt. Yeah, that's the best tactic. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. But I do have to get going here. Like I said, I wanted to just test this out, make sure that this is working. Love to know what your thoughts are on this all around me. These are things that I've collected. So the Marvel Iron Man Golden Statue, that's the first VeVe drop that I ever went for, and I got it. And I got the Iron Man. The Bat Cowl, this is my favorite Bat Cowl. This is my least favorite Bat Cowl. Those are my two Bat Cowls that I own. How do I do this? Just trying to figure this out. I do have two Bat Cowls. I don't have any more. And then that is my best hero pull. The Superman, and it's an A2 there. So I do want to start to add more around me, all the things that I've collected, all the things that I'm really proud about, to add more to it. But I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I'd love to know anything that you want me to discuss in the future on this channel. I've got a good VeVe video coming out this week that I am pretty happy about too. I think it's an original idea. Haven't seen anyone else do it just yet. Sven, that is what I think was a difficult when you decided to sell all. Yes, not all, but only held. I've done that a couple times, Sven. The reason why I did that was I really felt I could take advantage, because I didn't have any more money to put in on the platform, and I felt a gem squeeze coming up. So I took a big risk in order to do that, but I bought back in at all my collectibles after the gem squeeze. I know a lot of people really did not like that I did that, but I've done that a couple times since, and it's paid off for me. Like, when things were starting to decline, I sold probably 75% of my collectibles off, and I did really well in terms of where things are sitting right now, and it set me up for success. And it's not something that I would do with my stock portfolio. I would never ever do that with something not so volatile, something that is like setting me up for my retirement and everything like that. I would never do that with my stock portfolio. And I said that very specifically in that video. I sold because this is a volatile thing. I'm playing around with this. I do not suggest anybody do with this. I could get really burned by doing this. I was lucky that I didn't. Yeah, smarter to hold on to those stocks and ETFs and things that you really don't want to be playing around with. The reason why I did it was I knew I wouldn't get burned with capital gains taxes, because as things were going down, I had gone down below my purchase price, so it's actually a capital loss. And things just kept on going down, and I felt that they're going to keep on going down. So it really set myself up to be able to get things that I'm really happy to get in on currently. Like, I got the whole collection of the lightsabers because of doing that. I got the whole collection of the Star Wars movie posters because I did that. I got the whole collection of the Obi-Wan comics. So obviously not a smart move, but it paid off for me. I completely agree with that. But timing the market is dangerous. You're absolutely right. If you believe it, why not just hold? Yep. Think you must own at least 2 Iron Man. Well, I could purchase another Iron Man right now. And that's because I did do that. So, yeah. Timing the market is, I 100% agree with you. Timing the market is dangerous, and you could definitely get burned by doing it. I felt like when things happened in, so just to go off of other things that I do, like I sold off probably 90% of my crypto when Russia invaded Ukraine. and that's really paid off for me, and now I'm getting back into my positions on that. But I just felt like we're in for a lot of, everything that's been going on in the world. I think I felt at that time we just hit a point where we're going to start to be paying for everything that's been going on. And unfortunately, I was right. But and that was risky in and of itself. I should have just been dollar cost averaging, but I just felt like crypto had hit its high for some time, and I thought, you know what, 90% of it I'm gonna sell and just get out of my position and hope to get back in at a cheaper price. Now I have OMI, and I would never sell my OMI. It's in a completely different account that I don't even try to get into, so OMI's gone. I don't sell that. Clint Dawes, thank you so much for... I've seen your name pop up on other people's streams, so thank you so much for being here. How's it going? It's going well. Just talking about me timing the market and how stupid it is. But Sven, I completely agree with you, for sure. Semendos, yeah, Slovakia has been doing really well in some tournaments. World Juniors, I think they did fairly well recently, but... yeah, I know Slovakia is really big in hockey is really big in Slovakia. I do have to get going here. Thank you everybody that showed up. I'm going to do this every Sunday, and I'm going to hope to actually have this scheduled so you'll see it in your feeds on YouTube prior to me going live, so you know what time I'm going live. At least give you like an hour heads up. I love everybody that has left a comment in here. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, Sven, great conversation. You are completely right. I'm not going to try to argue with you that timing the market is dangerous. It is completely dangerous. You shouldn't be doing it. I do it with things that I'm more speculative on and things that I want to have a little bit of fun on. So, like you said, it's not smart. Thank you everyone that showed up. Thank you to everyone that left a comment. Thank you everyone that liked this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really, really do appreciate it. Like I said, it's a really busy time for me in my life right now. One day I'll have 2 Ironmans. Actually, I want to get the Avengers logo before I get the 2 Ironmans. So I do appreciate that. And yeah, I want to do one live stream every Sunday with this channel and a video probably every Wednesday with this channel, at least during this busy time for me, and then start to ramp up in a few months or so to get more and more videos out. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love Rob Stuff. Rob Stuff is my go-to live streamer. I really like his thought process, his things, everything that he talks about. So he is definitely my top live streamer. So thank you so much for joining me here, everyone. You'll have to stick with me. I'm trying to figure out how to actually close this. Thank you so much.